Big Johnson, how are you? There's a goddamn duck in my way. What's that duck? Scoot in here, buddy. Come on.
Oh.
Let's talk to these guys for a minute.
What's up?
Hey guys, how's everybody doing today? Can you hear me all right? I've got Dave from DR Guitars hanging out with me today. So I'm like, hey man, let's do a live stream. What the hell? And he's a little reluctant. You guys got to maybe help cheer him up a little bit. He doesn't want to talk to anybody today.
What's up, gang?
Here we are hanging out at ZIMM'S Guitars. And it's a Saturday, and it is our end of the month hangout. And now Saturdays usually are my best day. It's usually very busy down here. But seeing how it's the last day of the month and most guys are concentrating on paying their rent or their mortgage today, it's been a little bit quiet so far at 12:40 on a Saturday, and we are July 31st of 2021. It looks like we've got David's in the chat with us, and Big Johnson is in the chat with us, and Megatod 707's hanging out. Mike Cooper, how are you? We got Rick is hanging out with us today.
What's up, Rick?
So, yeah, so here we are hanging out. I've gotten a couple of newer guitars recently. Hey, Pup Stop, man. I haven't seen you in a long time. How you doing? Is that on LTD Phoenix? What's he say right there? I can't read.
Is that
We're too far away from the screen.
on LTD?
Phoenix. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's right
Oh.
here.
Oh, yeah. That. Yeah. LTD Phoenix, yes.
Sometimes you got to read.
Yeah.
That's my problem. I don't read.
I'm so used to seeing PHX being Phoenix as in this area. But
Yeah, this is the Phoenix.
Yep.
1000. And it's in very nice shape. Set neck. Solid construction here, right? What would you call this, Dave? Is this a set neck, or is that a...
That's neck through.
That's neck through.
Yeah,
So this
that's neck
piece
through.
of maple runs all the way through.
Yeah, because you've got the raised.
Yeah, you've got the raised area right here. So you probably have, what, mahogany wings on it,
Probably.
most likely? And when you call this maybe sort of a...
It's heavy.
It is heavy, but would you call it sort of a Firebird?
Absolutely.
And
Firebird.
if it looked like this, it would be the reverse Firebirds, right?
Almost.
If it was
yeah,
like this style.
Almost, yeah. The reverse Firebirds or actually that would be a reverse Firebird. The non-reverse are
Is this non-reverse?
ish, yeah.
Yeah, so I have an LTD down here.
And also that's the made in Japan real deal. ESP E2 Horizon 3.
We're both doing good. Megatod 707. Yeah, I really picked it up on doing a bunch of videos this week. I think I did a video every day, or maybe even two on a couple of days. Yeah, I did 2 of them yesterday. Yeah, that's an E11 or an E2, the
E2.
Horizon 3.
Horizon
E2.
3, E2, yep. The real deal ESP. Yeah, it is. It's a nice ESP. Here's your flamey top. It shows a little more blue in the camera. It's actually, you look at it, it's a lot more purple. It's got a little beauty mark on there, right there, but plays good. Plays nice. Neck through. I don't know if the camera will show it, but yeah, there you can see the neck through. See, it's lighter right through here. And get it to show the right way. Yep, there you go. Neck through. You can see the color variation from here to here. Hey, Hack. What's up, man?
Guitar Hack. Yo, Hack, if we send you a link, will you come in with us? Come on with us. You know how to send the link real quick over to Hack?
Yep. You have him on Facebook?
We got 16 eyeballs looking at us already, Dave.
You have him on Facebook? We'll have to crank up Facebook. Shoot him a message that way.
Okay.
You got Facebook on here, right?
Yeah, it's right here. Yeah, guys, so we are sending Guitar Hack a link.
Dave's probably
I'm trying to talk Dave into buying stuff, but he just bought that big old Gibson Heritage that was only 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. Trying to sell him stuff. I'll show you what I'm trying to sell him. I have a 1976 Les Paul Deluxe. Let me go back in the back and Hack, if you come on with us, I'm going to wait and pull this old Gibson out. And
link sent.
And we'd like to share it with you if you could come in with us. He's already going to go get it. Okay, thanks. Guitar Hack says, give us a minute. Joey, how are you doing? Still looking for a Vandenberg. I know those are super cool guitars, right? A PV Vandenberg.
Well, as you can see, it is a sunburst. You got the burst on the back of the neck. You got the burst on the back. And there's our top. 1976. It is a deluxe, and it has been routed for full-size humbuckers.
Yeah, so you guys know back in the 70s, back in the 80s, if you got your hands on one of these Les Paul Deluxes that had the little mini humbuckers in there that I think basically were overstock Epiphone pickups, weren't they? Is that why they started putting that stuff in there?
Yeah, pretty well. They weren't making the 1976 is the first year they brought the standard model back with 2 humbuckers. So from 1968 till 1976, all they made were deluxes with the mini humbuckers. Mm-hmm. And
so everybody would rip those things out.
A lot of people did. I mean, you could special order back then. You could special order Gibson and have them factory route humbuckers.
Yes.
But 99% of the early 70s models of these that you see with 2 humbuckers, that the only thing you could get double humbuckers in was custom. So 99% of what you're going to see have been routed. Mm-hmm. You know, somebody's either done a hack job
and if they were left alone, if you're looking at reverb prices, and I know prices are super inflated right now, but they're fetching up to maybe $4,000 if you get one in great condition that hasn't been refretted, that still has the mini humbuckers in there. You know, they're bringing like $4,000 because, you know, what's a guy supposed to do nowadays when he wants an old vintage Gibson? The shit from the 50s and the 60s is unattainable.
Pretty much.
So you have to try to go for something from this 1970s. And so here it is, a 1976. It's been refretted.
Yep.
It's had different pickups put in it, so it's been routed.
But it's got a little bit of play wear on
Great
the back.
condition.
But it's
I'm calling that not the guy didn't have a big belt buckle.
right there, but there is a little bit of buckle
Right.
worming. Is what you call this.
Right.
Which on a guitar this old, if you don't have some buckle warming, it wasn't played. There is a couple spots missing some finish. Yeah, that automatically takes it down to.
But the neck, let's talk about that neck for a second. Yeah, a little bit of this and that going on.
Yeah.
The neck is a 3-piece maple neck.
Yep. Quintessential of the 70s.
So, and you've got a smaller volute. Now you were telling me about the angle of the headstock.
Yep. On the 70s, they changed the angle. So normally Gibson in the 50s and 60s, they were 17-degree back angle on the headstock. In the 70s, late 60s, well, when Norland took over in 1969, they changed the 70, I guess. They changed the headstock angle from 17 to 14 degrees.
So it's a little bit flatter.
A little bit,
so
yeah.
If it falls, there's just that little tiny less chance that it's going to snap.
Yep.
And so then being maple, I think it helps even more to keep that thing from snapping.
Even though they did. What's up, Blackjack Guitar?
Yeah, I appreciate you guys being in with us today.
Fruitcake Tony, free
Hey,
shipping.
man. I don't ship anything.
I would barely trust that. I mean, so it's a period correct case.
How's it going, guys?
What's up?
Yo, Guitar Hack.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can, man. I haven't seen you in a while. How have you been?
As good as I can be, I guess. How about you, Zim?
I am doing good, man. And congratulations on just your channel is just growing and growing. And I love the Sea of Tranquility guy. And for you to be able to go on his channel and him coming on your channel. Pete Pardo. I've watched his channel for a couple of years now. And I just about shit my pants when I saw you were hanging out on his channel with him. I thought that was so cool. I still think that is so cool, man. So congratulations for that.
You know, he's a really good dude. Like I had him on my show months ago now.
Yeah.
And then he started inviting me to do stuff with him. And now I'm on there at least once a month. I'm actually doing a show with him next week. He's doing a series with a bunch of guitar players, and it's going to be a cool show. Actually, you should check it out. We're going to pick like our 5 favorite tones, like from guitar players, with our 5 favorite tones, and then the 5 tones we like the least. So the best 5 and the worst 5. That's going to be, we're going to record that on Tuesday.
Okay, so let me just put a couple thoughts in your head. Let's start with the best 5 tones. Richie Blackmore, the Made in Japan album, that live Made in Japan album. Killer guitar tone in that. These are just thoughts. Of course, you got the Eddie Van Halen Brown sound from the first 4 or 5 albums. I love George Lynch's tone from the early Dokken albums. You got to say that Jimi Hendrix guitar tone, when you first heard him playing through that,
Marshall.
Foxy Lady and all that kind of stuff, that set a new standard for guitar tone right there. And
Another
then
one?
it all starts with the Kinks, and you really got me. Right? You can put a little bit of the Rolling Stones in there, maybe with when they use their little tone bender on there ain't no satisfaction. Can't get no satisfaction.
You talk tone, you can't.
Yeah,
we lost track. When you talk tone, you can't leave out David Gilmour.
This is true, man. David Gilmour, that live at
Pompeii.
Do you remember that? How thick and just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Hack's back. Let me see if I can get him in here.
Yeah,
Hack came back.
You're out in the shack today, huh?
You know what? It's like the shittiest. It's overcast. It's cool. It's like a October day. It's horrible. And can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Well, tomorrow, the gigs have started up again, right? We're supposed to play a show tomorrow. This is a long weekend for us. Monday's a holiday. So we're playing a gig tomorrow at this place. They got a big, beautiful stage outside. They got nice big PA and lights and all of this. But it's all outdoors and it's supposed to rain. So I'm just waiting for the phone to ring and say, well, we can't do the gig tomorrow. Sorry, guys, it's raining, because all the shit's going to get wet, right? So it's just a shitty
that's
weekend.
too bad. We've been waiting so long to play gigs. I actually got to play a gig last Saturday and it was tons of fun. But
Cool.
After waiting so long waiting for a gig, and you probably booked it a long time ago, and then to have it canceled like that, man, that just ripped your guts.
Well, it's like the gigs are just starting up. We've got I have, if we play tomorrow, we got 3 weekends in a row. We've got another couple in September. There's more stuff coming. Like it's really, it's really picking up. So I'm excited about it. I'm actually scared, a little nervous about tomorrow because, man, I haven't done this in a year and a half.
Here's the best thing about a big outdoor show that has a big stage. You could literally put 2 Marshall half stacks on your side of the stage and just turn them up a little bit. When you're on a big stage like that and it's outside, that's about the only time that you can actually bring your half stack out.
Dude, you know what I'm bringing?
Full stack.
You know what I'm bringing? I'm bringing my little Marshall 40-watt combo. They're going to stick a mic in the front of it, and that's it.
I know. I know. I'm just saying, if there is ever a time to bring the half stack out,
yeah.
A big outdoor stage, or if your bass player has the big old Ampeg, 500 watt, 810 cabinet, that's the time to bring it out, is when you're on a big outdoor stage.
I thought you had somebody. Didn't you have somebody interested in that guitar, Dane?
This thing, yes.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for him to come in. He said he would come in today, and I'll be 100% upfront with you guys. I'm $1,700 into this guitar. $2,500 is the top of the, what I think on a great day, a wet dream day, that's a $2,500 guitar.
Right.
You just told me that a half an hour ago. Dave's like, I think it's a $2,500 guitar. If I could get, so I have a guy that made me an offer yesterday, and he's going to give me $1,000 cash and a 2013 Gibson Explorer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
that's going to bring my possible profit to between maybe $300 to $600. So yeah, it's a game of inches.
Hey, congratulations on the new store, by the way. It looks amazing.
Thank you so much.
It is a nice store.
We got plenty of dance. We got a little mosh pit area right here. Yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun. And I wait around, for the Saturdays to come by because Saturdays are always my good day.
Mm-hmm.
Brad Miller, what's up, man?
And Jason Carter from Germany, thanks for coming in. And Raymond Ray, my punk rock buddy from the other side of town. Give me a call, Raymond. We were going to, you talked to me a couple of months ago about setting in with you guys on a show, so I'm just wondering about that.
I should say hey to everybody. I can't see the chat. I'm just on my phone, literally sitting in my shed having a cigar. So I want to say hey to everybody. I sold a guitar too this week, Dane. I just picked up a PRS CE24, and one comes in, so one had to go. So I had an Ernie Ball Music Man Access.
Okay.
So that was like the Eddie Van Halen one. But mine was a Super Sport, so it had a 5-position switch. It had the Marzios.
Which is better than the dial. Some of those PRSs have a dial.
No. I'm talking about the Ernie Ball that I sold.
Okay.
Yeah. So the one I sold is the Music Man. It's got 2 DiMarzios in it, and the DiMarzios are like custom made for that guitar. It's all Eddie spec, right, from when he was with them. And what's cool about it is it's got a 5-position switch, so you've got the 2 humbuckers, but you could play them as humbuckers. You could split them, so that thing could sound like,
So in the first position, it's the humbucker. In the second position, it's kind of a single coil with a single coil, the outside single coils or something.
Yeah.
Middle positions, both humbuckers full on. Fourth position is like both inside coils or something.
Right, and the fifth position is all neck.
Yeah.
A beautiful guitar. But it took me a while to sell it because nobody knows Music Man, right? But I finally found the right guy. The guy I found, or the guy who bought it, he's got 48 guitars, and he's a big Music Man collector, so he knew exactly what I was selling. So it took a while.
There's sometimes people will see somebody with 40 some guitars and go, that dude is freaking crazy. But you know what? Just, I'm kind of going off of Phil McKnight yesterday in his live stream was talking about buying a $10,000 guitar and how crazy that is to buy a $10,000 guitar. But he said after a couple of years, the guy played this $10,000 guitar. He enjoyed it for a couple of years, and then he sold it for $12,000.
Oh,
that is the exception and not the norm, though.
Well, I don't know. Guitars hold their value really well. If you buy them right. McKnight said that he went to the home show with his wife, and they were looking at jacuzzis. Jacuzzis are $5,000. If you swim in a jacuzzi, or you don't swim in them, but you soak in a jacuzzi 3 or 4 years, what is that jacuzzi going to be worth 4 or 5 years from now?
$1,000.
It ain't going to be worth shit. Yeah. So if you have a collection of 40 some guitars, I don't see really anything wrong with that, as long as you have a nice place to store them, and it's really an investment in your future.
Well, the most expensive one I own is I've got a 2019 Gibson RO. That's the most I ever spent on a guitar. But I know.
I remember when you bought that, a Gibson 1960 reissue.
Yeah, but I sell that now. I could easily make $1,500 on it, but I'm not. I'm gonna keep that till I'm dead. That's like my dream guitar, right? So, but I bought that used off a guy, and it wasn't perfect. I didn't get the lift-on case. I didn't get the The certificate is a little messed up, but you know what? Those things new in Canada, they're like almost $8,000. Right? I paid nowhere near that. Right? So
Right. That's good. It's a great investment.
yeah.
Hey, Dave, can you read this question here from Brad Guitar Miller? He's
So
still
about that
asking-
Les Paul, I thought the deluxe didn't have many humbuckers. No, the deluxes did have many humbuckers.
Uh-huh.
And
It's the custom.
Custom has the split diamond on the headstock, like the Epiphone over there. It's just a bigger split diamond. No, that one just has the regular Gibson mother of pearl. There's no split diamond on that deluxe. And no, the deluxe is okay.
I had one.
Deluxe, yeah.
I owned a deluxe. My first Gibson guitar I ever bought was a used 1980 Gibson Deluxe Gold Top. I had that thing for years. I bought, it was like, I probably bought that in like 92, something like that. I paid $900 for it. I sold it for $2,200. That's how much that guitar went up in value. That guitar, Dave, that guitar paid for my 339.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's if you work your cards right, you can flip your guitars after a while and make some money. This is a Ernie Ball. This is the JP6, so the John Petrucci.
Yeah.
And you can see that on the back of the headstock here. It has the Ernie Ball from San Luis Obispo,
yeah.
California. It's got a real nice, pretty neck on here.
You know, I'll tell you something about the Music Man guitars. They make exceptional instruments. I would put those things up against the Sirs or the Friedmans. I mean, they make really, really good instruments. They just don't have that name recognition, I don't think. But they're really good guitars.
Super smooth.
They're stainless steel, probably.
The neck feels really round. How would you describe this?
Comfortable neck.
Yeah.
It's a little weird. I mean, shape wise, to me, it's a little weird. It's a little narrow this way.
Yeah.
You know, top to bottom. If you're looking at it, you know, playing position, it's a little narrow.
Yeah.
Which I don't mind.
It's Terry Hines.
What's up, Terry?
Hey, Terry.
It's funny. It's a little. There's your Explorer right there.
Yeah. Here's our.
It's a little flat.
Guy's coming in and he's going to make the deal on the Gibson right now. I see him carrying the Explorer in.
It's a little weird of a profile.
I'll ask him if he doesn't mind, or I'll probably have to run back into the back room. But you don't mind while I do this?
No.
Okay. Yo, Dan. How are you? Okay. Hey, how are you?
Hey, how's everything?
Good. Let's take it back here to that.
Hey, Dan, you want to throw that back up?
Yeah.
What's up, man?
How's it going?
Doing all right?
Yeah, the Steve Morris is another really good model that they make. The Luke is a great guitar. So the Ernie Ball, like they make a Steve Morris model that's really good. The Steve Lukather models are great. You know, they make some funky ones too. They do that St. Vincent model that looks like a parallelogram kind of. It's just weird.
Yeah.
But
What do they call that one? The St. Vincent?
St. Vincent, yeah.
Yeah.
But they play really, really well. And they
Right.
sound great. They sound really good.
Do they?
They make good stuff.
I've never played the St. Vincent, so
I've played that one, and then there's the James Valentine signature model, the guy from Maroon 5. That's another great guitar. They make so many good guitars.
Hey, Laguna Palms. Yeah, I've played so few of the Ernie balls. Um, that's actually the first time I've played that Petrucci, and Dane's had it for a while.
Yeah, yeah. We've got like our guitar center, which is called Lon McQuaid. They carry Music Man, and then Cosmo carries Music Man. So
Cosmo
we
does
see
too.
all the Music Man guitars up here.
Right.
Yeah. Actually, we see more of those than we see the Sirs or the Friedmans actually.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dane had a Friedman here, a month or so ago. It was okay.
The best one I played was a T style.
Yeah, that
Was
was a T style.
Yeah, and it had I don't know if it was both humbuckers, or I know the neck was a humbucker. It might have been a humbucker and a single. I can't remember, but it was a great sounding guitar. That was, but it was relic and shit too, right? But
Yeah.
yeah, but it was that one wasn't bad. That one wasn't bad.
I mean, just neck profile for me, and you know for me how important that is. So.
Oh, me too, man. It's all about the neck.
Yeah, I was just kind of on the neck pro. I was like, not really my thing, but
that's why I'm so big on that. I know you hate PRS, but that's why I'm so big on that CE. Is that neck is just amazing. It's perfect for my hand. You know, really easy to play.
Still haven't felt a PRS neck that I.
That's the only one, Dave. I've tried the core, the fancy ones. The fancy ones do nothing for me. Like nothing. That's the only model I like. Is that one? Is the CE.
I mean, yeah, Dane's got an SE hanging up right there. Or you can't see, it's just out of
yeah.
Camera.
Well, the SE is
that one right there. Dane's grabbing.
Yeah, that's a pattern thin, so that'll be similar, but it's a painted neck on that one.
Yeah.
Hey, Paul, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I don't like it. I pick it up and I don't like it.
Yeah, it's fine.
It just
Look, guys, I found a banana.
Who are we streaming with?
This is Guitar Hack.
Hello, Guitar Hack.
How's it going?
Got any Hammerballs in the house?
How are you?
I'm well. Enjoy.
So,
how you doing?
yeah, so he's back in the back. He's my potential customer for the 76 Les Paul that's back there. And he's back in the back testing the truss rod. He might pull the pickups to make sure what's in there, because sometimes on old vintage guitars, you have to kind of get in there. You can't just look at it and be like, okay, cool. You sometimes you got to pull the pickups out a little bit and see what's under there and look at the routing and all that kind of stuff. So
did you check out the Explorer?
I'm sorry?
I said, did you see the Explorer he brought in?
I haven't even looked at that yet. You guys want to look at that? I'm kind of jumping the gun if I do that. I want to give him the courtesy
I don't want
to do this thing back there.
I love Explorer.
Yeah, but again, Hack, that Sea of Tranquility thing, man. If there's any way that you could set it up so that I could stream with you guys, that would be so cool. I would love that.
I'll be honest with you. I got in with Pete. Like, he's got a ton of people he does stuff with, and I literally, he's basically, because he's got too many. I just slid right under the guy. I was like the last man in. So
maybe if you have him on next time he's on your channel, if you could bring me in, that would be super cool.
Yeah, that would probably be better. Like,
just
if I
do meet the guy.
If I do a hangout or something, right? Like, I got a show with him in 2 weeks, but it's me and him and Martin Popoff, who's like an author. I just bought another one of his books.
Dude's a genius.
Man, that guy, he's written 3 books on Rush that if you're a Rush fan, you got to have.
Right.
I just ordered the 3rd one, which is like their entire career in 3 books.
he
And,
knows so much about these bands, you
Yeah.
know. And I've always been the kind of guy that's had a big record collection. So
Mhm.
there's been times where usually my collection is probably about 3,000 albums. And so the
Wow.
stuff that you could get on vinyl is all the old UFO albums and all the old, you know, the cool old stuff and that's exactly what Pete always talks about. And
Yeah.
so I've sat there, you know, before I had this store that keeps me busy 45 hours a week. There was a lot of time I would sit there and listen to those records and read every little footnote on everything and
We all
hey,
do
that's
that.
produced by Gene Simmons, and then you'd find, oh, that's produced by Gene Simmons or whatever, and you collect all that stuff just because of who produced the album or just because the guitar player happened to be in that band now.
Yeah.
And so
Well, we're in not this week, but on the 10th of August, we're doing a show on my channel with Martin and Pete, and we're going to be picking our 5 favorite ZZ Top albums. Now,
dude,
we're not doing that because Dusty Hill passed. We had this show planned from last month, but now it's very timely.
Yes.
But yeah, so I've been listening to all the ZZ Top stuff for the last 2 weeks. You know, just trying
Do you
to
want to
stick
know what my favorite ZZ Top album is?
out. Go for it.
My favorite ZZ Top album is because it came out in 1981, and that's the year I graduated high school. So it was out in my car the whole time, out in the cassette player. My favorite ZZ Top album is Degüello.
I love the Degüello, man.
They brought the horn section in with them. They kept to that traditional blues. It was the next step up record. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And,
it's got a lot of hits on it.
Cheap Sunglasses. She Don't Love Me. She Loves My Automobile.
Thank you, on that.
Manic Mechanic.
I love Manic Mechanic, man.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And Dust My Broom. And it's weird. I never really, when I was young listening to ZZ Top, I didn't really consider them a blues band until many years later. And I would set the needle down on a Degüello album, and I would be like, boom, boom. Oh, it's a C, boom, boom, to a G, boom, 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 boom. Oh, and then they go to the D for the turnaround, and then you know, and I'm like, this is a blues record, and I never really noticed that.
My favorite blues tune that they do that's just like very traditional is on the first record. They do a song called Brown Sugar that's just, oh my God.
I'm not too up on the first record. I think
the first record
a
is
song
great.
about a girl on the first. Lucia, what was the song about a girl on the first record?
Brown Sugar. I don't know.
I don't know the first record.
There's another really good song on there called what's it called? Just Got. Is it Just Got? Wait a minute.
And then I love that song that's
Blanket. Oh
right?
yeah.
Which one is that?
Oh.
Well, I'm telling everybody. It seems too good to be true. I'm a fool for your stockings.
Fool for your stockings. That's it.
Right?
Yeah, they got a lot of good
I'm just a
songs.
fool for your stockings, I believe.
The last
that was
record,
Degüello.
The last record they made too, like they made a few records in the 90s and the 2000s, which some of them are but the very last one they did in 2012 or 2012 called La Futura was really good. You can check that one out.
And then they had a record probably I'm going to say it came out in 2005, and it was called Rhythm Lean.
Rhythm Lean.
So Rhythm Lean. And it was so the name is a combination of gasoline, but rhythm, right? Rhythm Lean, I think is what the album was called.
It's mean. Rhythm Mean. There's no L.
Rhythm Mean?
Rhythm Mean, yeah.
Okay.
That's a great
I had
record,
that on a
too.
cassette, and I
Yeah.
remember making a California trip one day, and I had it in the cassette player of whatever the rental truck I had or whatever. And ZZ Top has always had such good little shakers and their percussion. They've always added a lot of extra percussion to give it
Yeah.
more rhythm and to make them sound bigger than just a three-piece band. They always had dirty guitar tones and really
Well, that's
great
almost,
rhythms.
he's got a really fat, heavy sound on that. It's almost like a heavy metal sound on that record. You know,
Yes. Yes.
it's
And
really
I
fat.
can't remember any of the actual songs on it, but in 2005, I'm like, why is this record not major radio hits on this record?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, even the last
It
one
was
that
weird.
the very last one they did, no radio play, and there's some really good songs on.
Right.
Everybody plays their
And I think,
70s, and every Eliminator. It's all Eliminator. That's all you hear on the radio. You know,
yeah.
Legs and Sharp Dressed Men and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of too bad. Legs, they decided to put that. It was their first experimenting with some keyboards.
Yeah, they
So they had
started
the little noise that they put in the behind Legs, and yeah.
they started keyboards, electronic drums, and then they did that on Recycler, and then they did that on Afterburner, and
Yes.
then they finally got off of that, started playing guitars again, and real drums, thank God.
So I guess with the passing of Dusty, ZZ Top is pretty much you
No,
can't be ZZ
apparently,
Top anymore.
apparently not, because they're still
It's
continuing.
done.
No, they're continuing. They did a show last night with.
Well, I know that
They're gonna finish this tour. It's after this tour, then you're gonna find out what's gonna happen. Are they gonna retire the name? And because Billy
yeah.
Gibbons does a lot of other stuff outside,
He
right? So
does. I see so much Billy Gibbons stuff where he's got some dude playing left-handed guitar with him, and he's got the dude from the Cult, and then he went into Guns N' Roses. Matt Storm.
Matt Sorum.
He's their drummer. Billy
Yeah.
F. Gibbons. And so, yeah, in my opinion, I think I would retire the name.
I think so too.
Because
Yeah.
when you have a three-piece band like that, if it was a five-piece band and you have to replace one person, but a three-piece band, he was a very essential part of the band.
A three-piece band that's been together for 50 years.
Right.
You know.
And he sang tush. It's not like he stood back there and was
Well,
just the bass player of Queen he sang tush. He sang, well, remember Beer Drinkers and Hellraisers? Of course you do. They co-sang that back and forth.
They did some back of yeah.
Yeah, and but I think as far as his big song was Tush, was the big radio hit that was his vocal part.
Yeah. Well, I hope they do the classy thing, which is retire the name. I mean, like the way Rush did it, or
Right.
Led Zeppelin when Bonham. That's it. We're done. You know.
Yeah.
But I can understand that they're on tour. Tickets have already sold. I can see them completing that. The guy who's filling in is their guitar bass tech, who also happens to have a long beard. So they did a show with him when because Dusty Hill was having hip problems and he couldn't do a show, so he's already filled in for him before. Now they're going to finish the tour with this guy, but I really hope they just hang it up. I mean, come on, you know.
I think they will, and it's not like Billy can never go out and play again. You know what I'm saying? He'll be fine.
Oh yeah, Billy's fine.
And what's going to happen with Frank though? What's Frank gonna do?
I don't know.
Frank's. I'm gonna guess Frank's probably gonna just retire. Sort of like Alex Van Halen did.
He's a great drummer too. That's a guy who doesn't get any kudos for his drumming, but that guy's a great fucking drummer.
He's so in the pocket.
Oh man,
And
totally.
yeah,
his
it's just
skills
like
and
he's
everything.
back there and
Yeah.
he's like not even moving, it seems like, and all this great tone is coming out. And he's always had really beautiful custom built drum kits. That's one thing about ZZ is they loved the custom built drum kits. He didn't just go out there on a Tama Swing Star 5-piece or whatever. They had great gear every tour. I loved how they had matching guitars all the time, where it started with the fuzzy ones, but then later in their career, you could see those two guys would go out with the exact same, Duesenbergs or whatever the latest little cool guitar they had, custom painted to match each other. I always thought that was kind of fun.
I saw on YouTube there was a concert. I was talking about this the other day from 1980. What's he buying now?
I hear Neanderthal talking shit about me.
I didn't say anything. I just said that I was looking for these tuners that you've had on the wall for 2 years. Then when I wanted them, they were gone. It was solid.
A snark? Is he looking for snarks?
Yeah, he's looking for some tuners. I'm gonna let Dave come back in here.
All right.
If he would. Dave, you mind? I got to go see how things are going back in the back.
Yeah. I'll be right back myself.
He's tearing the Les Paul. He's checking everything. Yeah,
that's good. I asked him.
No, he's doing a good job.
That's what we had to do.
You need somebody else's opinion.
What's new and exciting, Dave?
About the same old, man.
Yeah.
About the same old, What about with you?
My last week, back to work next week. Let the fun begin. Yeah.
You ready to go back to work?
Never ready to go back to work. Yeah. I'm just happy the gigs are starting up again and life is slowly coming back to normal.
Right. Yeah. Well, you've been chomping at the bit to get back to gigging.
Totally chomping. Because I'm sitting in a room looking at all these instruments. I'm like, I used to play these in front of people.
Right.
Because the fun thing about the gig was like, what am I going to take this? What am I going to use this weekend? I'll grab that one, and
Right.
then I can do that again. So they're all going to get used.
Yep. There you go. Oh, maybe. Except
All
for
but
the
one.
RO.
RO's never leaving that house.
I mean the Epiphone. The Epiphone.
Yeah, with a broken headstock. Yeah, never gets old.
The
Never gets old.
repainted Epiphone with a broken headstock never gets old.
And I get shit for that all the time. The guys are always saying, "Why don't you bring that to rehearsal? Just bring it to rehearsal." I'm like, "No, it's never leaving my house."
No, Quentin, I am live streaming. If you called me when I was in the back, I would have answered.
Yeah. Well, I went live last night, and then I find out that Quentin went at the same time. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But you know what I did last night, Dave?
What's that?
And I tried something new because I was never happy with the streaming sound I was getting going DI. And what I did yesterday was I mic'd my Marshall.
Mm-hmm.
So the sound that was going, and it worked. And it sounded like, so what was going out was what I was hearing in the room, like not 100%, but a lot closer. And it's like, wow, what a difference, man. It sounded so much better, doing it that way. I think that's what I'm going to do from now on. I'm just going to mic an amp,
Right.
Yeah, it was cool.
So you said you got a copyright last night? Just
Oh,
one?
yeah, so I played I did like Def Leppard riffs, AC/DC, Led Zeppelin, Rush, Black Sabbath, like 100 different.
Hey guys,
And they only picked out a one. And here's a warning to anybody if you're streaming or playing something on YouTube. Don't ever play "Tie Your Mother Down" by Queen. That always gets picked up. Always gets picked up. And that's what they nailed me for.
Another little word of caution. Eagles will always get hit.
Eagles. I did some AC/DC and it was fine. I did 2 AC/DC songs and I got nothing.
You weren't playing them good enough then.
Probably. Yeah, Highway to Hell, and I did Giving the Dog a Bone, and neither one of those got picked up. So.
Yeah, I usually, if I play Hell's Bells, I'll get popped on it every time.
Oh, really? You must
No
play
question.
too good.
Yeah. No question. I will get a copyright claim every time. If I play, what's the other AC/DC riff? There's another one that I play that I get popped every time. If I play Hotel California, I get nailed. They'll block it. They'll just straight block it.
Yeah, I've had that happen with a Cars song. Just What I Needed. That one got blocked. Yeah.
I'll usually get hit on most of the Motley Crue tunes that I play. I usually get hit on all those, or most of those at least.
Never got a hit on that.
Huh?
I never got hit on Motley Crue.
I'm also playing it in the correct tuning.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you got. Yeah, maybe it's not picking it up because I'm probably doing it in standard. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So, yeah, I usually get hit on the Motley Crue stuff.
But Tie Your Mother Down, that's the second time I got a hit on that. I was like, there's a couple years ago, I'm in a music store. I'm trying out a Les Paul, surprise, right? And they had me in this the room in the music store by myself, and I had the phone on, and I started playing I just played the riff for like 30 seconds, and that video got a copyright. Don't ever play Tie Your Mother Down.
Yep. Probably just got Dana copyright. But yeah. The other one that nails me every single time is Mr. Crowley.
Ah, okay.
Every time I play that song in the stream, I'll get a claim. If nothing else gets a claim, that one will get a claim. I
did a real butcher job on Crazy Train yesterday, and I guess because it was a butcher job, they're like, no claim on it. He's playing it so shit. We're not gonna. Yeah. But YouTube's got a thing though. So after I got the claim, this is something new. I've never seen this before. And they offer you like an opportunity to take that bit out of your video, right?
Yep.
So I'm reading, and there was one option where
you can just suppress the audio
on that one bit, and it says, but everything else is like the video is fine. Nothing else is going to get lost. We're just going to take out. So I'm like, oh, that's okay. Let's do that. So I did that. But you know what happens then?
It kills your chat.
My chat is wiped out. I'm like,
chat gets wiped out. Yeah. And it's like, so I usually just leave it alone and.
Well, but I'm reading it, and it's like everything else is going to stay intact. I'm like, yeah. Well, now I know.
Right. Yeah. But I'm not big time like you. I don't have a big channel and making $1,000 a month on YouTube like
Is somebody else in here? Sure as shit ain't me.
See that now? That never gets old.
What is this we're talking about? Oh yeah, big channel.
That never gets old.
Guys, I'll be transparent. My channel has just over 5,000 subscribers. I get approximately 1,200 views a day.
Wow.
And last month I made $108.
Wow.
YouTube sent me $108.
Dane's big time.
Paul, have a seat for a minute. Everybody wants to say hi to Neanderthal.
So I don't have a YouTube. I do have a YouTube channel, but nobody is subscribed to it. I don't do any streams. Have uploaded 0 content, and I do nothing with it. So I've made nothing off of YouTube, and I never will.
Except Johnny Beans made all.
Yeah,
the
Johnny
money.
Bean's making all the money off mine.
You should be cutting your checks, man.
Oh, don't I know it? Johnny, are you watching this?
No, I don't see Johnny in here.
No.
But that's impressive. 1,200 views a day, dude. I get that in a month. That's impressive.
You know what? And it's because there's so much. It's easy to come up with content in here because I could grab any. I mean, I could do a video on this little Spark. You know, I have so much stuff laying around that I could do content on
that he will never sell. So that's the other thing is while he's doing these shows, all these streams, every time he does it, guaranteed people see something, they want to buy it. And Dane hates shipping. So he's now hired somebody to do his shipping and stuff for him.
Right.
So that he can actually take advantage of this beautiful marketing opportunity.
Yes.
And now he has somebody.
I hired my son. My son is working down here with me 5 days a week. Awesome. And he's works from noon to 5. So he has the most ultimate hours of anybody on earth.
But he's got to ship all the stuff that Dane doesn't want to deal with, which is everything.
You know what we shipped the other day? The other day we shipped that Colas guitar kit.
Oh yeah. This was it was a cool kit.
Yeah, I had it priced at $300 down here. I'm like, well, what the hell? Let's put it on Reverb. So we put it on Reverb at $300 plus $70 in shipping, which that's a lot for shipping.
No, it's not.
Some guy offered me $200 plus the $70 in shipping, and I said, fine, fuck it, go ahead and just sell it. So I ended up with $212 when it was all said and done, and I missed out on any possible trade-ins.
But it was sitting here, and there weren't a lot of trade-ins going on. And that's, Dane is really, really good about trades. Like, that's the beautiful thing about this shop is he loves to rotate his stock so you can get decent guitars, especially if you're looking for something that's like an 80s Charvel or a Jackson, or you never know what's going to walk in here. This is a lot like a pawn shop. You never know what's going to walk in here. And on occasion, he'll get one of these cool guitars, and you can trade your way into it, trade plus cash, whatever it is. He's not one of those guys that needs to bleed you for everything. So I'm kind of doing a commercial for him, essentially. And I buy a lot of stuff, and then if I don't, I'll rotate it. Like he has one of my Ibanez. I brought an Ibanez Gem 505 in here and traded it for something else. I don't know what I gave it to him for, but it's still here. So I may at some point want to buy it back.
Yeah.
It's been hiding in its case.
Yeah. See, he won't. A lot of the stuff he won't put out unless somebody asks about it.
Ask for it. Yeah. Well, I just sold a guitar. I just bought a guitar and I took a guitar into trade. Dane, check this out. Listen to this one.
Okay.
So you know that Music Man I was talking about earlier that I sold the Access?
Yes.
So when I got the PRS, I took that in and I took an HX Effects to trade in, for the PRS. They were going to give me $350 for the HX Effects. But they were only going to give me $1,000 for that Music Man. I'm like, are you out of your freaking mind?
For an Access?
I don't know. For an Access Super Sport, okay?
Right.
Like, they give me $1,000. I'm like, and they're going to sell it for $1,700. Oh yeah, right. Then I went to another place, and they were even going, "Oh, we'll give you $900 for the Axis." I'm like, "Get out of here!" Thank God I sold it privately. But like their trade-ins here are horrible. Like they'll give you nothing for what you bring in. You're better off just selling everything yourself.
The sad part about this guitar is it has a hole in it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Wow, Squirrel's really got it, that one, man.
Yeah, this is rats. We have rats here.
Weight relief.
Oh.
Yes, it's been weight relief.
Yeah, weight relief. Yeah.
You know, it's a Gem
Hi,
505,
guys.
so it's the only Japanese maple necked gem you can find now.
Oh wow.
You know, they don't, and they only made them for 2 years. They made them in 2010 and 2011. The only difference between this and any other gem, obviously, it doesn't have the Tree of Life in it, and it's got the RG pickups in it, the RG Infinity pickups in it instead of the DiMarzio Evolutions. But other than that, this is the exact same guitar as any other premium gem. With just, you know, if you like the RG 550, this is basically an RG 550 with a monkey grip.
Right. So if somebody wants to, they can literally swap out those pickups, and they have the same guitar.
Yeah, and it's the only maple, and the neck is ridiculous.
Super thin.
As thin as
With
you can
the
have.
back, yeah.
So, you know, it's got the little gem volute on it. So I don't know what I traded him for this, but there's been multiple nights where I've regretted it and thought I should buy this back from him. But I haven't yet. So if somebody wants it, he'll ship it. The guitar does have a hole in it, though.
Yeah, that's bad about the hole.
And I'm not going to play it because anytime I play a guitar on Dane's channel, we get hacked on, as far no pun intended, by trolls, by reverb. YouTube trolls who just like to rip on the fact.
Dude,
that,
give yourself some credit. You played pretty good.
No. I can play. I just didn't in that video. We were doing the unboxing for the Frankie, and I basically was hacking around, screwing around, and like all of the YouTube trolls were like, "Man, that was the shittiest guitar demo ever. You suck." I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't care. Like I care what
And
you
it was
think.
the guitar was all out of tune.
It was all out of tune, and I was just like,
It's great.
and I was like trying to tap. I'm like,
Playing AC/DC riffs.
I just being a jerk, because there's nothing worse than looking at somebody's guitar channel and like all the guy does is like, here's the guitar I'm trying to sell, and then he just shreds for like 18 minutes straight. Like, dude, what are you doing? Are you trying to sell a guitar, or you want people to be impressed with how great you are as a guitar player?
You notice my channel is called Guitar Hack. There's a reason for that.
Right.
Because I am not a great player. I'm good enough to play in the bars. That's about it.
I don't care. I don't play for your approval. Not you, me personally, but I don't play for your approval. I play to relax and have fun. You know, I had my shot, and then Nirvana happened, and it was over. So the rest of it is, you know, this is just for fun and all that stuff. There isn't a huge market for 53-year-old fat guitar players out of Phoenix. That it's not like I'm going to sit here and play this here, and somewhere along the line, Ozzy's going to go, "That's it. This is the guy. This is the guy I want."
Yeah,
Dude, I keep getting offers from Steel Panther to take over for Lexi Fox.
Yes, because you look the part.
I do. And I look good in spandex.
So yeah, don't let anybody give you a hard time about your playing. Anybody that's in the chat, who cares?
Well, if they do, I said, did you notice the name of the channel? It's kind of built in.
By the way, I was never a guitar player when I was playing out. I was a singer. So, of course, every singer thinks they can play guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Limited skills and emphasis on the limited. And I couldn't care less what somebody on YouTube thinks. Please let me.
I'm just happy I can get away with a bar gig now and again. That's about it.
It's dude, this is the greatest thing. Making music is outstanding, and if it brings you joy, making money at it, when it becomes a business, then all of a sudden there are expectations, and then it becomes another job, and I don't want it to be a job. I want to love it. I had one of those, I think. It's a song Dane wrote about when he caught his wife in bed with his girlfriend.
Saying I love is not the word I want to hear. Come on, Jack Black. Where you at? Do Do you remember the Jack Black, Jimmy
Yeah,
Fallon?
Jimmy Fallon, yeah. Actually, we did a show at Extreme about a month ago. I love that band, man. I love it.
I'm a huge Extreme fan. Huge Extreme fan. I think Extreme and Mr. Big are two of the most underrated bands of that era.
Have you heard their most recent record? Well, recent, it's 2008, but it's the last one they did.
So Dodge, yeah.
Yeah, what an awesome album. That's like my favorite Extreme album, the last one.
I am still waiting for the punchline guy. I thought waiting for the punchline.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
I loved it because I thought Mangini crushed on it. I thought it was heavy. I loved the lyrical content. I thought Cynical Fuck was great. I thought There Is No God was great. Tell Me Something I Don't Know. I thought that was a great record. That was obviously out of its time. It just didn't happen. And the funny part about it was the single off the record was Hip Today, which the hook was Hip Today, You'll Be Gone Tomorrow. And they were.
Yeah. I like Shadowboxing.
I never wore spandex.
You like what?
I like Shadowboxing on that.
Yep.
Good.
Great.
Well, they're just, I don't know. I'm such a huge Nuno Betancourt fan. I think that's one of the most talented humans on the planet. That's the guy that.
I have a Nuno. Let me show you.
Oh, you got a Nuno?
I can't find it. I can't find it, but I do have both Population One records. I'm looking for the original Mourning Widows record, which was a band that he did briefly.
Mourning Widows, and there was another one too. No, it starts with an S. What is it?
There was Drama Gods, Mourning Widows, Super Transatlantic.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, and then here's his Chinese Nuno.
Oh, Chinese. Oh, it's called. It's not plain or painted.
It's a good guitar. Plays well. It's got the whole brace. It's built exactly like all of his U.S. signature models.
Yeah.
This is the N61 for anybody that wants to. The interesting thing about Nuno guitars is because Nuno is a slight fellow.
He's 5'4".
Yes, he is a slight fellow.
Yeah. Small bodied. Yeah.
These are small bodied guitars. I used to have Gary and Nuno up on my radio show when I was doing college radio. When Nuno was in a band called Sinful, which I have some live stuff from, and Sinful was a great band. Nuno has it. You know it when you see it. He's one of those guys that has the it. And just super talented guy, super nice guy, not tall enough to get on the cool rides at Six Flags, but a good dude.
Yeah, well, Nuno comes from the same part of the world that I do, and none of us are tall.
You Portuguese?
Yeah, I'm from the Azores. I'm from the island next to Nuno. He's from Terceira. I'm from São Miguel.
He's from Milford. Milford, Mass.
Milford, Mass.
Oh, this is out of tune. This is when I should start playing.
There you go.
But yeah, this is a cool guitar. This is another cool one. Again, one of those things that you won't see in your local guitar center. You won't see it. Yeah, and they come in here all the time. These weird one-off guitars. So N61.
Yeah,
that's a cool guitar.
Got some weight.
Yeah, no, it's well made for what it is.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Indonesian.
I thought it was Chinese. Okay, I could be wrong. It is Indo. All right.
Indo, yeah. It's Indo.
Who are doing a better job now. Indonesia's doing a way better job with their guitars.
Oh, yeah.
Doing fantastic work.
Indonesia's the new South Korea when it comes to building guitars. Yeah. And now they're getting people to pay over $1,000 for Indonesian guitars. So once you break that $1,000, that's why one of the things that we joke about with the EVH Frankie. You're talking about an $1,800 Mexican Charvel.
Yep.
You start breaking the $2,000 plateau on a Mexican guitar, you should have a case. There should have been a case with that guitar.
When you break $2,000 on an American guitar, you should better have a case.
Anything. Look, to me, if you're
PRS doesn't do that.
PRS doesn't give you a case for a CE, which is a $2,000 guitar.
To
Give me
me,
big bang.
$1,000 guitar, anything $1,000 and above should have a case. I don't care if it's
agree.
yeah, and anything $500 more should have a gig bag.
Agreed.
It doesn't
Yeah.
cost them anything, and it gives the buyer a sense of style and class and prestige, protection. You know what I mean? Those cases, I mean, they're made in Canada if it's a Gibson one.
Yeah.
They're made in Canada. They charge, $200 for one of those cases if you buy them piecemeal, and they cost like $65 to make, if that.
Yeah, they're not expensive.
No.
Yeah. Go ahead, Bud.
Chipboard, and a little bit of vinyl and some foam and
The plush interior.
plush interior. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
James,
Yeah.
North Korean guitars are killer.
Literally.
They're killer.
They're killer.
Literally
Yeah.
killer.
They will blow you away
Yeah.
After they blow you up.
after they blow you away. There's a rumor. I don't know if this is true, but there's a rumor that there's a golf course in South Korea that's right on the DMZ. So if you shoot a ball out of bounds, you're screwed. Is he doing the YMCA behind us?
No, he's doing a pirouette, I think.
All right, here this is your shop.
You were doing great.
I was. I'm done.
Bye, guys.
I tapped out.
All right, guys. I'm gonna
Right.
call it. Thank
All
you,
right.
guys. Hack. Thank you so much. You
Thanks
got my
for
phone
inviting
number, right?
Everybody has your phone number. You just don't answer it.
Give me a call, buddy.
All right, man.
I want to do that Sea of Tranquility thing if I could. That would be epic.
Yeah, we'll
I
see. We'll
stayed
see.
out. Last summer, I went to my brother's house in Cleveland, and he's older than me, and he doesn't really watch YouTubers or anything like that. So I'm like, come on, man, let's watch something. Let's watch something. So we finally got some Sea of Tranquility on there, and I kind of turned my older brother on to YouTube through Sea of Tranquility.
Yeah.
And if there was a chance that I could say, hey, dude, and we sat there and watched a bunch of episodes, and if there was a chance I could get on his channel or participate on your channel with the guy or whatever, my older brother would be like, holy fuck, right? He'd trip out.
Score some points, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Thank you,
thanks
man.
for having me. Thanks. Hey, everybody. Have a great rest of your weekend. Cheers.
Thank you, guys.